Hey, Facebook. I am live again on Thursday morning. This has been the second week. I got a great response last week, so I decided I'm going to go on again and share the nuggets of my newsletter, which has really been helpful. So, of those of you who don't know me, my name is Tamar Hermes, founder of Wealth Warrior Woman. I guide women to become financially free through real estate investing. I work with individuals and couples, and I'm super excited to share what I did in my newsletter this week because my Truly Tomorrow newsletter is really getting a great response, and I want to make sure that the knowledge that I'm sharing is available to anyone who wants to hear it. So thanks for tuning in, and I'm going to get started with this week's real estate tip. And this is a great real estate tip. It's usually the things that come up for me are the things that happen where I feel like I made a miss as much as I've been doing investing for a long time. There's still always pieces that you can be improving upon. So don't beat yourself up if you feel like you've made a mistake along the way, because even the most seasoned investors will make mistakes. And that just happens because every investment's a little different, and as we have more and more projects that we're working on, we'll find that the layers make it more complex in terms of how we manage our time. So this week, what happened was that I am completing a rehab in a suburb of Austin, and it's looking great. And I was thinking, you know what, this is a great little pocket. I want to get a few more properties here. So I thought about it, and then I didn't really do anything about it yet because I've been busy with other priorities. And the house next door is now for sale. So, what does that mean for me? That means that now I got to negotiate with a bunch of other investors or people that want to buy the house. And I also don't get the advantage of negotiating directly with the seller, where I could have gotten a much better deal and maybe we wouldn't have to deal with the realtor fees, that sort of thing. Now, that said, it just reminded me what I do when something like this happens is I realize it's a lesson for me. It's a lesson where what I can do is next time do it a little differently. So in other words, now I know, okay, if I really want this pocket, I got to start sending out letters to the neighbors and start talking to them and seeing who wants to sell. Because obviously this area is appreciated a lot, and certain people that bought low are really seeing the opportunity to get out and get great prices. So it shows me that there is opportunity there. Now I am going to look at that property today, and I still do have an opportunity to get it. But now it's going to be, I might be paying a little bit, or even substantially more. So those are the kinds of things that you want to look at. You want to decide what are your priorities. Is the most important thing for me to get more of the properties in that area? And if it is, then what I need to do is I need to be pursuing the idea of knowing that I need to be sending letters out. And those letters can be super simple. I mean, you really can just, one, you can just knock on the doors, right? The door knocking technique. But I live in Texas, people have guns. So we usually like to write letters. And if someone's interested, then we can have a conversation with them. So that is a great way to go. And it just showed me that, you know, if you have an idea, make sure you're prioritizing it. One of the other things I talk about in my newsletter is the books that I'm reading. So right now I'm working on my own book, and so it's going to be on real estate investing for women. And so I am actually rereading The Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller. It's one of the best books ever. If you want to find out about the basics of real estate investing, certainly there's all the Bigger Pockets books are great. There's a lot of other great books, but really the Millionaire Real Estate Investor really breaks it down well. And it's always great. You always hear little nuggets that you can think, oh, I forgot about that, or I don't really do that anymore, but that's a good idea. So I definitely recommend that book and reading it. It's definitely worth your time. Now, this week also, I'm super excited to share that my husband and I watched a documentary. Actually, my whole family watched it. So this is something you could do with your whole family. We watched a documentary by a guy named Derek Deladrio. And he did a one-man show off Broadway. And this is now being, they turned it into a documentary on Hulu. And this documentary actually got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm a huge Rotten Tomatoes fan. If it gets 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, can't wait to watch it because I know it's going to be really good. I really like the way they analyze movies. So this actually, I wrote what I'm questioning. I'm not defined by what you see. I'm also defined by all the things you'll never see. This documentary is called In and of Itself. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It really touched me on a lot of levels and was really pretty incredible. It keeps you thinking even after you're done. And part of the concept that Derek's going for, among many really profound ideas, is the idea that there's lots of layers to us. So who we think we are, who I say I am, there's a lot of things underneath my story that you'll never see, that you'll never understand, that I may not even understand, that I'm still learning about myself. So it's a really great way to be introspective and think about who you are, but also there's a whole magic element, major magic element, and I highly recommend it. It's really a great thing to watch. Okay, then my best mindset tool of the week. So for me this week, I have been dealing with hiring new members on my team and working on how to make those decisions. Nothing's felt quite right. And so I was sort of beating myself up thinking, why am I taking so long to make these decisions? Like, can I make a decision? But I just kept walking through it and just thinking, because so many of us, when we're hiring people, we are in a rush to get that done so we can get on to the next thing. But as a result, it ends up taking a lot more of our time because we don't hire the right person. And then we spend time onboarding that person and preparing everything and then realizing it wasn't going to work out. So this time I was just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to take my time, but it was really taking a long time. And I was getting very anxious about my decision making. I was criticizing myself. But then last night, both hires kind of came together and I realized, I saw and felt and spoke to the people that I really thought were the people that I wanted to hire and I'm going to move forward with. And so it made me realize that we forget to be patient. There's that old proverb, patience is a virtue, but we forget about it. We forget that patience really is a virtue and that a lot of times we just need to be patient with our process and with ourselves. And it's like if you do things right the first time, especially when they're big things like a hire, that are going to affect your business and the way that you move through your life, because the person that you hire is going to take up your time. There's a lot of variables that you want to make sure work. You really want to take your time and honor yourself and not beat yourself up about that. And that's a big thing, and I think something that we really forget a lot. My biggest inspirational moment of the week was just that I got my introduction for my book last night from the editor that I'm going to be working with. And it was amazing because I actually wrote the book. And when I got feedback from potential hires that I was looking for, so many said that the book was in great shape, which made me feel really good because I am a pretty good writer, but I am not a full-time writer. That's not my profession. And so it was great that someone could take my work and just kind of massage it and make it that much better. And it was just that feeling of getting it done. And so for that, what I really wanted to share was choose to do something that seems out of reach for yourself, that feels uncomfortable, that you don't think you could do, that you never envisioned you could do, and commit to it. And you'll amaze yourself what you're capable of. So like, let's say a lot of people that follow me are interested in real estate. So if you're a real estate connoisseur and you want to become a full-time investor and you want to get more into it, I would say, make a goal of like, I'm going to buy 30 properties this year. Now you may not hit that 30, but even if you hit 5 or 10, you're going to be pretty happy with that goal. And maybe you didn't even think you could buy one. So aim high, aim big, and look for the opportunities in what you absolutely are capable of. And I am so excited that whoever listened to this, thank you for listening, and I hope you got a lot out of it. Please feel free to share. If you're on Instagram, look at my link in bio to see more about my writing and my mastermind and the way you can work with me or learn more about me and follow me. And if you're on Facebook, it's the same. Obviously, it's not link in bio, but look in the comments. And have a great rest of your week, which would include Friday, and a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye, Instagram. I have to figure out how to shut you off. Let's see. Hold on. I don't know why I can't shut you off. All right, I'll just do that.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe below, and you can find out more at wealthwarriorwoman.com.